Okay, here's my confession. There are days, and honestly, probably more often than not, where I do not have the energy to think about what to do for dinner. I'm a nutritionist. I coach people on food for a living, and still there are days where it's 6 p.m. and I had back-to-back meetings, or it's 12:30 and my next call is at 1 p.m. And the last thing I want to do is stand in the kitchen for an hour making something from scratch that is nutritious and balanced and flavorful and all those things. So this video is not about the perfect, most nutrient-dense, perfectly varied meal. It is not about optimal nutrition. It is not about doing everything right. It's about what I actually do on those days, the 3 dinners that I keep coming back to on repeat when life gets busy, whenever I'm tired, whenever my brain is just at capacity. And I just need something simple, still nourishing, but nothing too fancy that I have to think about for hours. And the thing is that all of these meals are actually built around this one framework that makes eating well incredibly simple. So I'm going to show you the meals first, and then I'll break down the framework at the end, because once you see it, you'll start noticing it everywhere. So the first one, and no joke, I timed this. I started cooking at 12:25 p.m. and had a client at 1 p.m. And I was done cooking and eating before 1 p.m. So that's a 35-minute turnaround from the fridge to sitting down to being back at the desk. It's beef stir fry with pad thai noodles, ground beef, peas, bok choy, and 1 pack of pad thai or rice noodles. The sauce is a 5-minute mix of the ingredients listed here. It's my go-to, and it makes literally any Asian fusion meal absolutely delicious and super quick. And if you have this Japanese barbecue sauce, I always have it in the fridge. It really just makes it even better, and I'm borderline obsessed with it. And the reason why I love this combination so much is bok choy is really highly underrated. It's a cruciferous vegetable, so it's the same family as broccoli, kale, Brussels sprouts, and so on, meaning it contains sulforaphane compounds, which support your liver detoxification pathways. It's also gentle on the gut when it's cooked. Peas are a great source of plant-based protein and prebiotic fiber, which feeds the good bugs in your gut. And the beef gives you a complete protein with iron, B12, and zinc. The minerals that most women are actually deficient in, especially if you've had heavy periods or a high stress period. Then is white rice noodles the most nutrient-dense carb out there? No. But they are very easily digestible. They work well with any kind of Asian dish. And quite frankly, on a busy day, they are just so quick to make. This next time is technically going to take you more than 20 minutes, but only if you account for the oven time. The prep is again super quick, and you can just go and do your other things while it's in the oven. We've got chicken thighs with paprika, roasted chicken and poultry seasoning, sweet potato tossed in some olive oil, some salt, some rosemary, and any vegetables you have left in your fridge like bell peppers, zucchini, carrots, whatever. Again, tossed in some olive oil, salt, and some garlic and onion powder and some herbe de Provence. Chef's kiss. Then just whack in the oven and roast it at 425 Fahrenheit for 30 to 45 minutes-ish, depending on your oven. And why chicken thighs instead of chicken breast? Because thighs actually have a significant higher amount of collagen than chicken breast, which again supports your gut lining repair, your joint health, and your skin. And if you want to get a little bit more fancy, you can even serve it with some feta cheese crumbled on top of it, or my absolute favorite, some hummus on the side. I'll link the exact hummus recipe below. It's a classic garlic and lemon hummus by Pickup Lines, and by far the best, and it just takes a few minutes to throw it all in the blender and you're ready to go. It also keeps well in the fridge, so sometimes I just make it in batch on the weekend and then just put it in a little container, leave it in the fridge for the week, and it kind of just elevates any meal. And just like the first two, this last one makes enough for leftovers, which is always a bonus because you cook once but you eat at least twice. This is probably the easiest out of all of them. It's literally just ground beef, zucchini, spinach, rosemary, and thyme, and again some herbes de Provence and some rice. That's it. And you can literally just swap any of these components out too. Either the protein source, have some quinoa instead of rice, or just use different veggies. And then again, either just use the Japanese barbecue sauce again, or hot sauce, or the hummus, or just a drizzle of lime and olive oil, and you're good to go. Spinach in particular gives you folate, magnesium, and iron. And if you want to increase the iron absorption from the spinach and the beef, just pair it with some vitamin C. So I actually just had an orange or two while I was cooking and prepping in the kitchen. So now let's talk about the framework of all of this and what these meals are kind of built around. The framework is genuinely as old as time. And the reason why I think we moved away from it is because we made healthy eating seem so complicated that going back to the basics almost seems too simple to work. But it does work, and it's as simple as this: a protein, a complex carb, fiber from the vegetables, and a healthy healthy fat on top of it. Protein keeps you satiated, supports muscle repair, and stabilizes your blood sugar so you don't crave sugar later on in the day. Carbs give your body and your brain the energy that they need, and vegetables give you the micronutrients, so vitamins, minerals, phytonutrients, and so on, that your cells need to function and repair, as well as fiber for digestion. And fats help with hormone health, brain function, and nutrient absorption. I've ranked some options within each category from most to least nutrient dense, meaning I'm ranking by how much nutritional value you're getting per serving, not by how they're affecting your blood sugar or any other metric. So purple sweet potato ranks above white rice in that ranking because it contains significantly more beta-carotene, potassium, and antioxidants. That does not mean that white rice is bad. I eat white rice all the time as well. It's one of the gentlest carbs on the gut, it's easily digestible, and it's one of the staples in some of the healthiest food cultures around the world. The ranking is just there for you to make an informed swap when you have a choice and when it works with the flavor of the dish. Same with the protein. The quality of the protein matters enormously, arguably more than which protein you choose. Grass-fed organic beef is a fundamentally different product to conventionally farmed beef in terms of omega-3 content, nutrient profile, and what the animal was producing and eating during its lifetime. So I'd always say, choose based on what you can access and what you can afford, and prioritize quality within whatever you choose. And just to preempt the fish conversation, fish is technically extremely nutrient dense and rich in omega-3s, which are powerful anti-inflammatories. And I do eat fish regularly, but there is also concerns around microplastic contamination, heavy metal accumulation, particularly mercury, and sustainability concerns that vary wildly by species and sourcing. So choosing wild-caught, smaller fatty fish like sardines or mackerel rather than tuna or even salmon are your best options if you are eating fish regularly. But more on that on a separate video. And the beauty of this framework is that you can mix and match endlessly. Just pick one protein, a carb, a good amount of vegetables. I usually go for 1 to 3 max just to keep things simple, and then a healthy fat like avocado, nuts and seeds, or olive oil. And once you see meals through that lens, you stop needing recipes for everything. Instead, you just start building plates. And not every day is going to be optimal, and not every week is going to be the week where you cook the most nourishing and optimal, perfect meals of your life. But on the days when it hits 6 p.m. and you're just exhausted, and the alternative would be ordering out or eating cereal, been there, done that. Knowing that you can still put something together that is nourishing and simple and quick in under 40 minutes, if not 20, with ingredients you probably already have, that's the real skill. And if you like this video, you're probably gonna like this too. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye.